Criminal would be you have done something like murder or some crime you have done. That's criminal case. So we see more weightage towards civil cases, right? Now, what are the reasons, if we have to see, key causes behind all this problem? Number one is the vacancy in the judiciary. Right now we say courts are functioning at 79 to 80% of their strength. That means there are so many seats in the court which are vacant, which government is not filling those vacancies. If you fill the vacancy, more judges will be there, more staff will be there. So maybe we can reduce the pendency to some extent. This is one reason. Okay. Second, civil case backlog is too much. This property dispute, family dispute, contract dispute, this is too much. Okay, if we remove civil cases, the numbers will be going down by substantial number. Okay, that's why we are seeing such a big number. Then core problem, we all know this, that our courts work little slow, timelines, there is no fixed timeline. Let's say a case started today, there is no timeline that within 1 year this dispute will solve. No, it can continue for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years also. Right? There is no fixed timeline given in the constitution or somewhere wherein you have to complete the case in this particular timeline. Now recently we started with some different courts. Let's say in case of POCSO, let's say there's a case of sexual harassment of a child. Okay, in that case there is a special court called as POCSO court. Or let's say a terrorist incident happened. For them there is a special court. These special courts have some timeline. Within that timeline they have to give the judgment. So those courts work little fast. Those are called fast track courts. But I'm saying those are special courts. Very few we have created. If you look at all the rest of the courts in India, more or less they don't have any timeline as such. Is it a good thing to have timeline or a bad thing? Should they have timeline? Just like you people have timeline that by this date we have to submit this project, otherwise ma'am will kill me. Should judiciary have such a timeline? Will it lead to something good or bad? Bad? Good and bad. It could be good, whatever you can understand right now by that logic. It can be bad also. If a judge is having the pressure that within 6 months I have to complete this case, I'll just do it. I'll not care about justice that time. Right? I might not give enough time to this person. I'll just take whatever resources or whatever evidences are available and I'll just sign that, done. Judgment done. But in justice we expect that give everyone equal time, enough time. Even if it takes time, justice is more important. That's why they don't keep timeline mostly. Okay, so this is one of the reasons we never had any timeline initially. Okay, then the next reason, infrastructural gap. Now this is a problem which we can solve very easily. There are many courts where they don't have this courtroom available, basic infrastructure available, electricity, basic stuffs are not available. If we solve that, maybe to some extent we can reduce the pendency. And heavy workload on the high judges, or when you look at the judges and the people's ratio, very few judges are there. I'm not talking about vacancy right now. Whatever number of judges are there, let's say in Supreme Court there are 34 judges. We feel that maybe we need more judges. Maybe we need more than one Supreme Court. We should have 4 different Supreme Courts, 4 benches. Would that be right? Considering the population of India, we are 1.4 billion. That's too much. Accordingly, it seems like we have very few number of judges. Okay, so all these are reasons why we have this problem of pendency. Holidays also, yes, many people say that these people get so many holidays, they should work 24/7. Some people say court should run 24/7, but they work mostly like any government office. Sometimes they open it even in the night if there is an emergency case. But normally they have just any government schedule they have. So if there are holidays, it will not work on holidays. So this is one suggestion given by many people. Make courts work 24/7 just like any MNC company working. They work 24/7. They can also work. Right? Now, there are some government initiatives which government somehow tried to solve these problems. See, all these are problems. Government has to deal with each and every problem if they want to reduce the pendency. So some of the schemes or initiatives which they brought, for example, this e-courts project, they said we will digitize, we will bring some infrastructure, we'll try to make online e-courts available so that you don't need to go to the court, maybe from home you can do it easily. So this will make tasks easier, right? Then judicial infrastructure, we have focused more on this. So government has made a lot of investment on this part. Funding is needed. If you need courtroom and all these things, you need funding, you need money. So this is being worked on. Then we said appointments, because we said there are vacancies, right? Some seats are still vacant. So those are being fixed. Appointments are being done. Then there are fast track courts, which I talked about already. This is one mechanism which is specifically talked about, which is called as ADR mechanism, alternate dispute resolution mechanism. Any idea? Alternate dispute resolution. Anyone visited the court anytime till now? Not yet? Not had the fortune? So there are some alternative mechanisms parallel to the courts that are being established, wherein you don't need to go to court. You go to these people, they'll somehow try to sort out your matter. Whatever is the problem between two people, conflict, they'll try to sort it out somehow. You don't need to go to court, that lengthy procedure and all. They'll sort it out in few days easily. For example, there is this thing called local adalat. That's one example of it. So government is working on these aspects. Can we send people to something else which can solve their problem? Not going to this legal. Now here they will not give any judgment like Supreme Court or High Court. They will work in a different manner. They'll try to sort out the issue. They'll not do justice completely. Sort out means there is a conflict, somehow some negotiation, some mediation, somehow some compromise. Issue is getting sorted out. People don't need to go for legal mechanism again 5-10 years in the judiciary. This is a better way. So these also government is trying to work on. Okay. So all these are the government initiatives. You should just have an idea what all is happening. This is an important issue, pendency. Okay, and try to remember this data also. At least, if not anything, if you can't remember so much, at least remember somewhere around 5 crore cases are pending. 4.95 doesn't matter. Little bit fact here and there works in the mains also. Okay. Next article, positioning India as unruly, in India in an unruly world. Yes, this is editorial written by M.K. Narayanan. Who is he? Former Director of Intelligence Bureau, former National Security Advisor. Right now, who is the National Security Advisor? We don't know. There is a guy quite famous. Search it, Google. You have to see his photo, then you will remember. Very good. So National Security Advisor is the one of the most important position in the Indian cabinet. He's not a cabinet minister, but he's equal to cabinet minister. He takes care of all the security related issues. So whenever Prime Minister Modi will visit China or Pakistan or somewhere they are going, he will also be there sometimes with him. Security issues, whenever it comes to security matter. So this person was once National Security Advisor. So you can understand, from background also you can understand whether to read his article or not. Yes. Now this article is relatively important just for the sake of understanding India's role in the overall geopolitical scenario in the entire world. Now initially, earlier, few days back, like in July, August, one article was posted in the Foreign Affairs magazine, and this person is countering whatever they were saying. What that article was saying, that India is in the delusion of great power. There is something called superpower, and there is one word we use, great powers. Superpower is like USA, who has complete control. If you talk about China, Russia, or in case India also, we are in the category somewhere around great powers, right? Substantially having some power. And this article was saying India is not a great power as such. India has nothing. India is very much dependent on USA. Let's say they have to deal with China, they have to depend on USA. They can't directly fight with China. They have to depend on USA, is what this article was earlier saying. Okay. Now, this person is countering this particular argument with his own arguments. So earlier was, that means the earlier article which came in July and August, they were saying India has limited global influence. India doesn't have much influence like the great powers. A great power should have a lot of influence on other countries. They should do what you want. India doesn't have that much influence. India is a regional power, it said. See, USA, if USA wants to do something, or USA wants something to happen according to him, many countries will listen to USA. Many European countries, even India will listen sometimes, some other countries. So USA has got that influence around the world. In case of India, that article was saying we don't have much influence as such. We just have regional influence. In our region, maybe some level of influence we have. Second, strategic confusion, right? For example, India is not taking any side. Let's say this Russia-Ukraine war. We are not on Russia's side nor on Ukraine's side. Ukraine is nothing but USA, right? USA is supporting Ukraine, and on the other side there is Russia. So you're not taking this side nor taking that side. So this is something this article was focusing on. You're dependent on USA for many things, especially your security. Right now our neighbor is very powerful. They can attack you anytime. That is China. They are saying if you don't have USA with you, you can't fight with China. That's their argument. We're not agreeing with it. We're just listening to what they're saying. Okay? Economic and military wise. Economy wise also India is not that strong. Okay, if you see India's economy, how much? 3-4 trillion. Look at US's economy or look at China's economy. Are we near to that? Not even near to that. USA here, China is here, we are here somewhere. Okay? Military wise, can you compare India's military with US's or China's? Do we have? America can send its military across world anywhere at any point of time. They can attack just any country at any point of time. They have that power. Do we have? No. Then there are some domestic challenges in case of India. First of all, our society is little divided. Hindu, Muslim, caste conflict, all these things happen. We're not so strongly united as such. And a country in which there are internal conflicts, they can't fight with other countries better. You have to be internally very strong to fight with other country. Okay? Otherwise what will happen is, you will go for a fight. Till that time, after some time you will come to know India got divided into two parts. For example, India-Pakistan war which took place. Pakistan was fighting with India. After some time news came that half of Pakistan is cut from Pakistan. That became Bangladesh. Okay? Such things might happen when you are internally weak. That's what they are also saying, that you are not internally that strong. And the global perception is India cannot make any special change in the rules. Let's say at international level, we're making some rules. At international level means United Nations, WTO, WHO, anywhere. India doesn't play much big role. USA can play that role. USA, if he wants, he can change the rule. He can make a new rule. India doesn't play much role. So all this was the criticism of India in that particular article. Now this person is actually countering this narrative, saying that no, you're not absolutely right. There are some good things which you can see with respect to India. For example, he says, India follows independent strategic position. You see, in the world you have to listen to superpowers. If USA says, do it the way I tell you. If you don't, they will attack you directly. And the moment USA attacks on a particular country, they can't fight. Even if you try to fight, they have got so much power that they will crush you completely. That's why you have to listen to them. Simple. If someone is so strong in front of you, you'll simply listen to them. In case of India, India doesn't listen, which you can see in this case of tariffs also. Trump is putting so much tariff, trying to put pressure on you, don't buy oil from Russia. What India is doing? Will buy. Will not listen. What this shows? That we are showing our strategic position, that we are capable of not listening to you. Maybe if USA would have said the same thing to Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka will say, sorry sir, will not buy. Sri Lanka is not capable of saying this thing to USA that no, we will buy, our interest is important. India is at least capable of taking that decision because we are strong enough to do that. Other small countries will not be able to do this. Our other example is Iran. Out of all the Middle East, only Iran is the only country who resists USA. Whatever USA says, they say no, I'll not do this. Other countries are not doing. Saudi Arabia, USA says something, they say okay, okay. Qatar, whatever you say, okay. Or even Israel. Getting the point? So this shows that we have independent strategic position. This is India's speciality. Or we have civilizational strength. We are a country of civilization. We are existing not just since last few years. America is hardly 200 years back USA was made. Pakistan 70 years back country was made. Bangladesh 30-40 years back. We are here since thousands of years. India or China, if you take example. Okay, so we are a civilizational state. That is one important thing. Then whatever West is saying, this person is trying to say that when you are saying that India has no status, no power in international affairs, you're looking at India just like you were looking at India earlier in the Cold War time. After we got independence, since 1947 till 1990, that was the time when something called Cold War was happening. Cold War means there's no direct fight, but indirectly people are fighting. So there were two superpowers, USA and USSR at that time. So they were not directly fighting, but they were supporting two different fights. Means, let's say South Korea and North Korea fighting. South Korea being supported by USA, North Korea being supported by USSR. This is Cold War. In the Cold War, India was aligned on the side of USSR. So USA did not like that at that point of time. Even USA had sent one ship to attack on India. Right? When India-Pakistan war was going on, they were supporting Pakistan. So USSR also sent one ship to attack this ship. Okay? So this shows what he's trying to say, that whatever narrative you're trying to build, it shows like you're having this Cold War attitude. With the Cold War lens, you're looking at India. India is not the same right now. At that time, we were not at all strong, if you see. Not at all. Compare India of 1950, 1960 and compare India of today. That time we were a very poor country. Compare with any African country, in 1950 we were like that. Right now we are very strong economically. We are one of the fastest growing economy and very strong economy. Military wise we are better, technology wise we are better. Space, you see in space, how many countries send those space flights and all? There are very hardly few countries. 8, 10, 12, 15 countries you will have maximum list. Nobody has this capability to send Chandrayaan and all these things. India is capable. So you need to understand, we have grown enough to at least have some stature in the world. That's what this article is trying to say. And we are member of one group where USA is there, like let's say Quad. We are also part of the group where China is there, SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So it shows India is having an independent foreign policy. India in itself is showing we are one power. It's not like we have to choose between these two, that either you go on US's side or on China or Russia's side. India is saying we are capable of having our own side. We are third side. That's what he's trying to say. Making some sense? So it's just countering the narrative. This is one narrative, this is other narrative. Clear? Then next article, Silver of Hope. What is this article about? Yes. This one is about the conservation. So they're talking about this species called as saltwater crocodile in Sundarban Biosphere Reserve. Where is Sundarban? West Bengal. So in West Bengal also, and even in Bangladesh you will find Sundarban, right? It's a as if we compare it with any other biodiverse region or where you will find so many species of plants, animals, etc. Sundarban is very rich. Just like in the entire world, Amazon forest. It's very rich in terms of species. So many different species you will find over there, right? So Sundarban is also like that. Now in that Sundarban species, there are many animal species. Out of that, right now government is showing that we have increased the number of saltwater crocodile. So many species are at the verge of extinction. They are dying. And we need to improve those numbers. Because if those species, there are some important species, if they die, entire ecosystem collapses. Okay, for example, tigers. Tiger is that species which we call as keystone species. Why government is trying to protect tiger? Because the moment all the tigers will die, all other species in that forest will also die. Entire forest ecosystem will collapse. That much importance is there of tigers. So government tries to protect them. Now similarly, government is trying to protect other animals also. In this case, they are talking about this saltwater crocodile. So this article is simply about that part wherein we have this Wildlife Protection Act under which we try to protect animals. Earlier, we were focusing on the larger animals like tiger and all, or those animals which were given lot of importance. Now we are giving importance even to those animals which we were earlier not giving much importance, like crocodile. So this is a shift in the policy of Indian government that is visible, that we're not just focusing on some major ones, we're focusing on others also. Okay, just remember this shift in the policy, that's it. Otherwise not so important article as such. Okay, that's it. Any doubt? No? You can read that article if you want to, but not much important. Rather, they will ask more in the prelims about different animal species. Those are in news, or those which are highly important and critically endangered. Mostly endangered, critically endangered. So as part of environment, you will anyway read that. Okay? That's it then.